You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast. You can find this channel on Twitter, Gab.ai, BitChute, and Minds.com. This is a Real American Patriot channel for Real American Patriots. If you're not a Real American Patriot, please exit the channel. Furthermore, we are not sponsored by any outside interference. That means we're unscripted, unrehearsed, and unedited. With that being said, transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? Welcome to the Highly Evolved Podcast. I'm your host, Stefan. You can find me on Minds.com, BitChute, Twitter, Gab.com. Most importantly, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube because we're writing this until the wheel fall off. In this episode, we're going to discuss what's going on with this this bill that Ted Cruz and Bill Cassidy filed a resolution for to designate ANTIFA as a domestic terrorist. In my opinion, I think ANTIFA is a domestic terrorist. It's run by outside sources. You gotta follow the money. Who's running this organization, right? And they want to say they're for peaceful protests, but yet they're using violence and beating people with clubs. How's that not terrorizing people? Make people bleed, right? Like a few weeks ago in Portland, with the conservative reporter Andy Go got abused, got beaten up, got bludgeoned by Antifa members. How's that not terrorizing? That's basically terrorizing. All right, they're wearing masks, shield, and bats. That's a textbook definition of terrorizing, beating up people, preventing people from speaking. They said they're anti-fascist, but they use fascist tactics. You see how irony the irony in that? You see how hypocritical that is? The irony is so high within these people, right? But let me point out to this article that I read that Ted Cruz, the Texas senator, are bringing this bill into light right now. But give me one moment while I load this up, okay? Give me one moment, and I just want to say to you guys, without you guys, this channel would not be possible, right? And here's the article. Headline, Ted Cruz and Bill Cassidy file resolution to designate Antifa members as a domestic terrorist organization. Let's finish this article. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy and Ted Cruz filed a resolution on Thursday to categorize Antifa as a militant left-wing group known as assault political opponent and journalists as a domestic terrorist organization, which I agree. Why would you want to do that? Why, if your idea is so good, why do you have to use violence? All right, if you're on the good side, why are you using violence? That don't make any sense. If you believe that your side is the good side, why are you advocating violence? Antifa is the terrorist organization composed of hateful, intolerant, radical who pursue their extreme agendas through aggressive violence. I agree with that. Time and time again, their actions have demonstrated that their central purpose is to inflict harm to those who oppose their views. I agree with that. Cruz tweeted, like any terrorist organization, they choose to pursue political ends through violence. I agree with that. Look at ISIS. All right, they use violence to get their gains. Look at Al Qaeda, use killing for their gain. They're all terrorists. Fear and intimidation, they must be stopped. I'm proud to introduce a resolution with Senator Bill Cassidy to properly identify as Antifa as a domestic terrorist. And I believe that the FBI already put them in the system. FBI already on its investigations. And by putting this bill, they're more susceptible to indictments now. All right? This is the tweet. Terrorist organization, they choose to pursue their political endgame through violence, and they must be stopped. I'm proud to introduce a resolution bill Cassidy to properly identify Antifa as domestic terrorists, right? Antifa are terrorist, violence, mass bully who fights fascism with actual fascism. Exactly, I just said that. How the hell you can fight? So you can fight against fascism with fascism, protected by liberal privilege, said Senator Cassidy on Twitter 2 weeks before filing for resolution. Bullies to get the way until someone else says no. Elected official must have encouraged non-cowardice and to prevent terror. All right, these Democrats are not preventing this. When asked them, do they look? When a reporter asked these people like AOC, the squad, right? Do they condemn the violence that happened in Washington at a ICE detention center? They were quiet. They shouldn't be quiet. This should be automatically condemned. They could have just said I condemn all kind of violence, but they didn't say anything like that. They were just quiet. All right, this proves that they're for Antifa. All right, they're for violence. They could have just said no, I'm not for any type of violence. That could clear them of anything, right? They could say that they're not for it. But no, they stay quiet. There's Ilhan Omar, Rashid Tlaib, AOC, Ayanna Presley. They were all quiet. All right. If you were bipartisan, this should be a bipartisan issue. You should say you're for or against any violence, Republican or Democrat. All right. The resolution said the group diametrically opposes First Amendment values of peaceful assembly and free speech. Exactly. So you can't even say what you want. Look, if they're for free speech and all that stuff, why they try to prevent you from speaking freely? It's also citing physical assault to journalism. Andy Go, I brought that up, in Portland, Oregon, in late June, and tweeted and treat Antifa member have issued toward employee U.S. immigration and custom enforcement. Exactly. I just mentioned that in Washington. They try to blow up with a propane bomb or something. The document ended by calling the federal government to deploy all available appropriate tools to combat and spreading growth of domestic terrorists and U.S. group, Antifa, and white supremacist organizations. That means they're going to release the Fed on them. The Fed is going to be involved now. All right? Federal FBI, they're going to be involved when they pass this resolution. And that's the end of the article. I'll leave a link in the descriptions, all right? But this is what I'm trying to say. These people, Antifa, they are hypocrites. The irony, you want to stop fascism by using fascism. You want free speech and evilness. You want to associate yourself for free speech. People have the right to speech. But yet again, you're inhibiting people from saying what they want to say. How is that equal? You're demanding for equal representation, all these stuff, right? But you're restricting other people from talking. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Right? Antifa are not for American values. They're the least American thing out there. They're un-American. They're for the destruction of the United States. All right? And the Democratic are a tool of their strategy. The Democrats are for the destruction of the United States. They want people to be more dependent on the government. All right? This is order out of chaos, textbook 101. When there's chaos, that means they provide solution by offering more government. That's the Democratic real intention. Without more government, there will be no need for government. Without order, there will be no need for government. That's what I'm trying to say. And who are more big proponent of bigger government than the Democratic Party, especially Democratic Socialists, especially just as Democrat. They're a big proponent of large government, to be more intrusive in your life, to be more invasive in your life. That's what they are. They don't represent freedom. They represent big government to take away your rights, take away your privilege, take away all this stuff. Open borders, allow all these people to come into your community while wreaking havoc. That's what the Democrats are known for. And it is their real intention. You got to be blind to not notice this by now. Right now, you have 2 years to notice this. Donald Trump been warning you, and you don't notice this. All right. Because of that, let me know what you think. All right, leave a comment below. You think Antifa is a domestic terrorist? You think they're terrorizing people? You think they're hypocrites? They once said they're not violent, but yet again they use violence. You think that's a sign of hypocrisy right there? Let me know what you think. Because of what I'm saying, YouTube don't want to monetize my channel because I'm unscripted and rehearse and edit. I'm going to say whatever I want without being bothered by any outside interference. If you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe. Because when you like, share, and subscribe, it encourages you to make more video. When I make more video, I saturate YouTube algorithm. When I saturate YouTube algorithm, I make my video more expansive to a broader audience. Within those audience, it might enlighten some people to think for themselves. Because that's the point of this channel, to get people to think for themselves and not be a group thinker. Group thinkers are communist, Marxist, socialist, Democrats, like Venezuelan, North Korea, Cuba. Those are group thinkers, communists. Those group thinkers, right? Those group thinkers affect people in their day-to-day life. All right? Individuals don't. They think for themselves. All right? Because of that, I'm not taking any donations because when you think for yourself, that's good enough for the incentive for me. All right? To get you to think for yourself. You don't have to think the same way I do, but at least think for yourself. I'm not making you agree with me. You don't have to agree with everything I do, but at least think for yourself. That's the point of this channel. All right? If you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe. And on that note, guys, I know your time is very precious and not trying to waste your time. This is the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. My name is Stefan, and I thank you for listening. On that note, guys, I'm signing out. Peace.